Hello guys, it's me Beata from horoscopesandreadings.com, and today I would like to take one of your comments or one of your questions and to briefly react on one particular aspect I have video about, and I find it very interesting, and that's why I would like to share this comment with you. So let's get started. So my viewer, Isabel, wrote me. This was really under my Moon Conjunct Pluto in Synastry video. You can definitely check this out. And this is about, I have this with someone I'm dating, and I don't have this aspect in my personal birth chart. I have Pluto trine Venus, and I tend to attract very intense people. This is the first time that I have this conjunction with someone, and in the beginning I was scared by his intensity, but the more we go on, the more I like it. It's honestly very enjoyable to have someone that is able to handle all your pain without judgment, or else I'm in the same way. So thanks for commenting, and you can indeed write me a question and I can answer your question from comments. I can answer it in video. The only thing you have to do is really type the subscribe button so I see you, because this is something of extra. It's extra service for my subscribers. Obviously, I'm astrologer, and you can indeed order book a reading with me. Yes, I do all kinds of horoscope readings. You can read it in the description below. And I'm also a tarot reader, so I can read cards for you as well. But when I go back to the original, this is how I like it. This is how I like to teach it, right? When we have whichever aspect in synastry, we really have to go back to our birth chart and check if we have this aspect in a birth chart or no. Because let me tell you, either we have it or no, it will make a difference, and our experience of this aspect will be very different. So our viewer has Pluto, Venus, yeah, easy contact trine. So this is indeed, she is indeed someone who attracts and want to experience deep romantic love. Okay, this is important to notice, that even if you have easy contact, you still prefer intense love, and you still attract intense lovers, because sometimes we get mistaken that because it is easy Pluto contact, it is not so intense, but the opposite is true, really. So here we have someone who very naturally is drawn to people who are very intense, and she ended up dating someone with whom she has this Moon conjunct Pluto thing going on in synastry. And this is interesting because even though she doesn't have a Pluto conjunct Moon in her birth chart, she still longs for intensity, deeply shared and understood feelings. And this is what this conjunction can definitely bring. The reason why she's thriving in this relationship, even though she doesn't have Moon conjunct Pluto in a birth chart, is because she has Pluto trine Venus in her birth chart, and both, Venus and Moon are like feminine planets, even though Moon is not planet really. But you get my point, because we astrologers, we really have to see big picture, right? That it is actually very sad, because if you see someone's birth chart, or synastry, it's like too many information, and it is easy to get lost in it. But once get practice and master this art of astrology, you will know how to really understand it and make synthesis of things. So the reason why she's thriving, it's not because she doesn't have moon Pluto in her birth chart, but it's because she has this Pluto Venus thing going on in her birth chart, and we can definitely make equivalent of this aspect. Moon to Pluto and Venus to Pluto are kind of similar, not the same, but very similar, because in this case, we really look for similarities, and our viewer, she thrives on really how deep is your love, that's what it's all about. And having someone's Pluto in conjunction to her moon is really deep love, deep love, deep affections, and it is really showing your most vulnerable side, and really without judgment, right? And this conjunction is pretty strong, it is pretty strong. And if two people have this type of conjunction in their in synastry, well, obviously it's not for everybody, because you have to be inclined this way to have very deep intimate relationships, and it's like sort of attachment is creating with a moon conjunct Pluto. Definitely there is like these slightly obsessive qualities, and it's like you really want to know everything, I mean everything about your partner, good or bad, all the scars, you really, and yes, you are also willing to show your scars and vice versa. So really this aspect is very important, very, very interesting. I have my personal experiences with this one in my own synastry in particular, and yeah, it was very interesting because there is also this like a sexual undertone of the relationship, because it's like, how to describe it, it's like your souls are making love to each other. This is what it is, right? So, that's all I have for you, my dear friends. Let me know what you think. If you have experiences with Moon Pluto conjunction, I actually do have like 2 videos about this aspect. Both of them are quite popular because this is, not everyone has been so lucky to experience this synastry aspect, but once you experience it, you really crave it, right? Especially if you are a strong Scorpio, you really want to have this type of relationships, because it's that bond is really very introverted, right? Introverted bond with the moon conjunct Pluto, and yeah, a lot of special moments and memories you can create. And typically, if you have this aspect in synastry, two people come together very quickly, right? They quickly get along, they are quickly on the same page, right? And they are quickly entering the relationship. Obviously, we have to look on whole chart, but this is how I would interpret it. So if you have any questions, feel free to type it in. Obviously, I am here for your private readings. It's easy to book a reading with me. And yeah, this is probably everything I have for you. So this was this week's video. If you have any suggestions about my future videos, just type it in. Guys, sometimes I get asked questions that are really like too specific. It's like your very unique and specific situations. But honestly, to make a video about that whole comment, it could be boring for people, because majority of people, you know, that's not their story, right? So obviously if you have something specific, it's better to book a private reading, because these YouTube videos are more for a collective, so more people can resonate with it. Okay, so have a good day and bye bye.